Hi everybody, today is September 16th, 2025, and I have some really good news. First, you're going to have to ignore the hair. It is a hot mess. Today was a super rough day at work. It was so rough. I am definitely glad today is over with. I want to go to bed early tonight. Just sleep. I just want to sleep it off. Anyways, so this is what they told me. They told me that as long as I don't show the company logo, and this is the company shirt, so I had to cover up the logo. Don't show the logo, don't talk about the company, don't talk about my clientele, don't give out any students' names, obviously, blah, blah, blah. And they highly suggested that I also stay away from politics. But other than that, talking about my dreams and keeping my community updated and yada 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 should be okay. Um, of course, they gave me some helpful hints of no profanity, and we all know that I cuss from time to time. I try not to. Just keep it clean, blah blah blah. So that kind of things. And now all I gotta do is get the dreams to start coming, but with anxiety and stress and all that stuff, like it's gonna be really hard to do. Man, I remember I used to have such like crazy vivid dreams. I mean, like so vivid, so realistic that like I thought they were memories. They were so real. And I honestly, like, I miss having those type of dreams. I really miss those. Maybe I will start having some dreams again. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I also wanted to say that you guys are like the best community ever. Do you know that? Like, besides all the emails I get, for back in the day when I used to have my email up on here, I took that down because I started getting some like weird, crazy emails, and I was like, no, that's not for me. But for those of the normal people who still had them, checking in on me and stuff, and other people who didn't have my email reaching out through older videos and even like videos I've posted about narcissism on my community page. You guys are an awesome community. Like, and I'm not gonna lie. If I'm subscribed to somebody and they haven't posted in 2 or 3 years, I'm unsubscribing. That's what I do. You guys didn't. Like, I still have the exact same amount of subscribers as I did when I was going through all that BS, and I just stopped. I stopped the community. I stopped talking about my dreams. I stopped everything, and because I knew I had to focus on myself. I had to focus on my kids. I had to focus on getting our life together, and not that this was a hinder in any way. It wasn't. It was actually very therapeutic, but also at the same time, I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the energy to focus on creating. And I also, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to edit my videos. Like, I'm too lazy to do that anymore. I'm not editing. Like, you're getting raw footage, point blank. If I mess up, I'm still posting it. But I used to edit, and I used to do that little, like, top of this dream world, shh. And it was all super pretty and everything, with the galaxies, and yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna talk, post, and keep up with you guys best I can. Sorry, neighbor. Uh, yeah, and I'm also like the community page where I was posting about narcissism and stuff a lot. Only because that was during the time I was learning about narcissism and what they do, and the gaslighting and the manipulating and the triangulation and yada yada yada. There's so much stuff that goes into it. And you know what? Like, even though I have been through it, it's still hard for me to explain it to somebody else. Like, it really is. Unless you have been through it or have prior knowledge of it or have experienced something like that, you really don't know the weight of all of it. It's like reading something in a textbook about surgery, like a doctor. Like, oh, it doesn't seem that complicated by heart bypass surgery, right? Doesn't seem that complicated until you actually have to perform that surgery. and then it is super complicated. So yeah, that's kind of what it's like. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you all the good news. Yeah. And also, if anybody watches this before tomorrow, pray for me. Pray for me. Please pray for me. I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyways, tomorrow is an evaluation that I'm gonna have. I'm super, super nervous about it. I know I'm going to pass. Even my supervisor has already told me to relax and chill out because I am going to do great. But yet, you know how you are when you're being observed and watched and under pressure. You're just like, please stop watching me, because the more you watch me, the more I'm going to mess up. Yeah, that's me. But when you're not watching me, I can pull it off with no problem. Yeah. So, anyways, also, I just wanted to talk about, mispronunciation for a minute. Okay. Here's something that you guys don't know. Well, you kind of do and you kind of don't. If you watched any of my older videos before I had deleted them all, you would have known that my ear, okay, I lost 87% of my hearing through a lot of, we'll just say, past trauma, right? So I lost 87% of my hearing in this year, especially. And look, you could even look, see? I think I've showed this before where it's split down the middle. Yeah. So anyways, because I have lost all that hearing, because I actually went to a hearing doctor because I was going to get a hearing aid until I found out they were $2,000. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm fine with not hearing that well out of this year. But anyways, because I can't really hear myself speak the way I used to, I'm mispronouncing my words more and more. And it's becoming more of an occurrence, the longer and prolonged it goes without me getting a hearing aid. So please don't make fun of me over it. I'm very sensitive about it. I joke, but I really am sensitive about it. I really am. Because don't think that I don't know I'm mispronouncing it. Because as soon as I know I'm mispronouncing it, I'm like, Grr. There ain't nothing I can do about it, though. I can't hear myself the way I used to hear myself. And because of that, I can't really. And then if there's a lot of background noises or a good example is when I'm playing the video game and I have my mic on and you hear all the stuff going on in the gameplay, right? So whatever noises are going on, and then you're trying to also communicate with your teammates, I will mispronounce words over that too, tremendously. So anyways, yeah, just try not to point it out so much, because I will notice it and I will try to fix it along the way. But yeah, it's not a pretty thing. My kids are even telling me it's getting worse and worse, and I'm like, I just don't have the money to go get a hearing aid, that's a lot of money. I am going to try when I get my income taxes back, if nothing happens to my vehicle, God forbid. I tell you what, last year, all of my income tax went into fixing my vehicle. So, as long as that doesn't happen again, don't give me that look, you guys. Don't. Priorities first. As long as nothing like that happens again, I'm going to try to go ahead and get that hearing aid. So, anyways. All right, you guys, have a great day. Be good people, do good things, make morally right decisions, and I'll see you on the next one.